The following message is transmitted at the request of the Dixon County Police Department. There have been reports of slight tremors felt around Roberts Cemetery in the city of Charlotte. Further tremors may lead to difficulty operating heavy machinery on the roads. You are strongly encouraged to avoid traveling for the rest of this evening. If travel is paramount, ensure you have enough time to arrive at your destination. Remain tuned to this station for further information on this situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Dixon County Police Department. Reports of zombie-like creatures have been received emerging from the earth in Roberts Cemetery and are wreaking havoc across nearby areas. These creatures can be identified as having slow movement, torn or bloody clothes, extreme strength, and moaning or clicking sounds. These creatures are extremely dangerous, as they have a desire for flesh. Wherever you are ordered to return home. Go inside. Close all windows, doors, and fireplaces, and seal all cracks with tape or damp towels. All residents must be inside by 10 p.m. Soldiers have been ordered to take any action necessary to halt the spread of infection, including deadly force. Do not violate this curfew, or you risk being caught by soldiers. If you refute this order, you will be arrested. If you are caught outside, you will be shot on sight. Stay tuned to this station for more updates on this situation. Violent, unruly, and unnecessary behavior is not tolerated. You will be arrested or terminated by the authorities. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Nashville civil authorities. A dangerous situation is unfolding at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. At around 7:14 p.m. Central Standard Time, a massive cluster of creatures, best described as zombies, emerged from the earth and have invaded the arena, attacking the people inside. Police have shown up to try and combat the zombies. As a precaution, Bridgestone Arena has been closed. No one shall enter the area for any reason with the exception of police. Listen to local media outlets for further updates. Stay away from this area. This message is transmitted at the request of Tennessee Emergency Management. Infected individuals continue to roam around streets and cities. People are reported to show flu-like symptoms and fall into a coma. Once they awaken, they become hostile and start to attack anyone on sight. Everyone in the state is currently in extreme danger. Numerous quarantine locations have been set up by authorities statewide. If you or a loved one start to show symptoms and enter a coma, call 911. Do not take them to a hospital. If not quarantined, the infection will be transmitted to other individuals. Evacuation order mandatory. This message is transmitted at the request of the Nashville civil authorities. Residents of the city of Nashville, evacuate the city immediately. Over 500 dead bodies have emerged from the ground and have wreaked havoc in the Bridgestone Arena of Nashville. Because the building is on the verge of structural collapse, all residents in Nashville need to evacuate right now. It is no longer considered safe due to the zombie attacks in this city. Grab all of your family members, pack necessary essentials, and go to a secure shelter outside of the warned area. Please be advised that the building may collapse at any time. Under no circumstances approach this area, as by doing so, you may face certain death. Also, do not refuse to evacuate, as you may be putting your life in serious risk. Again, a mandatory evacuation order has been issued for the city of Nashville, due to the risk of the possible collapse of the Bridgestone Arena. Evacuate now. To repeat, evacuate now. This message is transmitted at the request of the Richmond Police Department. Residents are urged to remain vigilant at this time due to a possible threat in the area. At 7:32 p.m. Central Standard Time, authorities received calls for help from a sparse number of residents, only to be found covered in bite marks and their skin chewed to death. Bite marks found on the bodies were identical to canine and feline teeth. Police believe that these cases may be linked to wild animal attacks, but the origin is unknown. Residents should remain alert and report unusual activity to local law enforcement. This message is transmitted at the request of the Richmond Police Department. Deceased animals, primarily cats, dogs, and rodents, are rising from the dead and are attacking any civilians on sight. 40 additional people have been reported dead as a result of these attacks. It has now been confirmed that these creatures are responsible for the sparse murders mentioned in the previous alert, as they were seen attempting to bite a body and fled on foot at a higher rate of speed when police tried to apprehend them. The following precautions are being taken at this time in case of future issues. The entire state of Virginia is now under martial law, and a curfew is now in effect. No residents are permitted to be outside between sunset and sunrise, without escort from soldiers that are patrolling the area. No one is allowed to enter or leave Virginia without official permission. It is deemed too dangerous for anyone to attempt to evacuate the area. If you are home, make no attempts to venture outside. Stay in and wait until morning for your own safety. Do not go outside unless you have a life-threatening emergency. I repeat, stay in your homes, do not venture outside for any reason. This message is transmitted at the request of the Richmond Police Department. There have been reports of individuals breaking curfew, destroying police barricades, and are attacking the undead animal sighted emerging from the ground earlier. Police are asking residents to not approach these undead creatures as they are very, very hostile, and have intentions to kill. Anyone in these riots, or caught breaking curfew, will be arrested and may be imprisoned without trial. Do not go outside and stay indoors for your safety. Let police handle the situation. Again, let police handle the situation. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the Anaheim Police Department. It is requested that all Anaheim residents shelter in place. Skeletons have been sighted emerging from the ground and attacking civilization, using their bones to hit civilians and objects that get in their way. To protect your life, you need to shelter in place immediately. Get indoors, close all windows and doors, and close all fireplaces. Do not go outside for any reason. Doing so will result in certain death. Use armed protection by all means necessary. Stay tuned to this station for more updates.
We are under attack by an enemy who is stronger than us. The broadcast will quiet at this time for your safety. Please continue to carry out the following instructions.
Good afternoon, Anaheim. This is Richard Namath with a special report. Tonight, a series of attacks by the undead have been reported in different locations throughout the United States. First, zombies emerged from a cemetery in Charlotte, Tennessee, and many more emerged in other locations, which resulted in the closure of the Bridgestone Arena. Individuals who were attacked began to show symptoms, and turn into one themselves. Now, in the city of Anaheim, skeletons are causing devastation to life and property. We now go to my correspondent, Alice. Alice, are you there?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, Richard. I'm currently standing on top of a sturdy structure in hopes of not encountering the dead. I wasn't even brave enough to just stand out on the boardwalk in the open. They are continuing to cause massive destruction with no point of halting. It seems like the Anaheim police are having some trouble terminating these skeletons, as their strength is overwhelming. Those attacked are knocked out beyond recognition. Do not go near these skeletons if they are extremely dangerous. Most importantly, do not panic. We can get through this. Back to you, Richard.
Okay, Alice, get to a safe place now, and thank you for your report. To recap what Alice had previously said, this is a serious situation. If you don't take action now, you are putting your life at risk. Streets are mostly empty of civilians, and that shows you people are not taking this lightheartedly. If you are concerned, secure your residence to the best of your ability, and arm yourself. It is expected that this phenomenon will spread to adjoining areas within a matter of moments. We have just learned that the emergency alert system will be activating shortly. Stand by for this message.
The following message is transmitted by order of local authorities and the Department of Homeland Security. An army of the Undead has risen and has started an attack against the United States. Tremors have been felt near several cemeteries, resulting in thousands of dead bodies emerging. They have already affected the following states: Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and California. Similar events have been reported in other states. As a precautionary measure, all residents of the United States are ordered to stay indoors for the rest of the night tonight. Do not go outside for any reason. We interrupt your programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow. The following message is transmitted by order of the United States government. This is not a test. To say again, this is not a test. A large nuclear missile has been launched from an unknown location and is on a direct course for the United States. No specific points of impact can be determined at this time. At this time, to ensure your safety and the safety of others, all residents of the United States must seek out a fallout shelter now. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks. Prolonged exposure may lead to certain death. If you know of a location that's been designated as a fallout shelter, you are ordered to begin heading there now. If you are unable to locate one, soldiers will escort you. Prepare a kit of food, water, and other essentials to last up to 14 days. Place as many objects between you and the outside as possible. Have a battery-powered radio for your stay in the shelter, and only come out when instructed to by local officials. This is not a test. Please seek out a emergency action notification remains in effect until further notice. Residents of the United States are strongly encouraged to not leave your current location to seek out a fallout shelter. Massive fleets of undead zombies, skeletons, bats, and avians have been reported traveling in massive numbers and are attacking anyone on sight. Do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. Please stay in your current location and take protective actions. Once the zombie threats pass, you may seek out better shelter. Otherwise, begin placing objects between you and the outside before nuclear impact occurs.
Please stand by for a message from the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, this is a day we did not plan for. As you may know, thousands of dead creatures have been rising from the dead and are deteriorating civilization. It was initially believed to be due to tremors, but after revealing surveillance footage, we now confirm that individuals from a terrorist organization have committed a terrorist attack against our country. The same group then launched a nuclear missile towards the nation, and military are doing all they can to counter the missile and terminate these creatures. My fellow Americans, the terrorists are no more. It sickens me how individuals want to pull stunts like this. However, that does not mean we should lose hope. By taking some basic, precautionary actions, you will reduce your chances of getting injured or killed by these terrorists. If you're home, do not venture outside. Also, stay off of the phone. If you make an unnecessary phone call, you may be endangering someone who actually needs it. Place as many dense objects between you. Prepare kit essentials, including a battery-powered radio. Remember, no matter what trouble lies ahead, America will not be broken.
You have just heard a message from the President of the United States. For those of you just tuning in, here is some news for our area. It has now been confirmed that a group of terrorists are responsible for the events that first occurred in the city of Charlotte yesterday, in Roberts Cemetery. It has also been discovered that all of these men have a notable criminal history. Currently, we are still awaiting information about the missile's estimated impact location. Until this is determined, everyone needs to be taking action now to protect their lives. Even if you are not near the missile's trajectory, the threat for fallout still exists. This is why we are emphasizing for everyone to stay away from doors, windows, and outside walls. If these blow down, you will be at a huge risk of coming into contact with fallout. Also, do not go outside unless it is a life-threatening issue. In fact, unless you have an actual emergency, do not use any phone lines, whether it be landline or cell. Doing so could result in putting someone who actually needs it in serious risk. Please stand by for critical information regarding the missile's impact location.
The following message is transmitted by North American Aerospace Defense Command. The impact location for the missile that is on a direct course for the United States has been identified. This concerns Seattle, Washington State. The missile is expected to impact the city within the next 6 minutes. If you are in a vulnerable area, get under a substantial structure until the attacks have ceased. Do not leave your location. Use your current location as shelter. I repeat, do not leave your location. Use your current location as shelter.
As you have just heard, it is confirmed that the missile will impact in the city of Seattle, which is only a few hundred miles away. Remember, this is an estimate. The missile may impact closer or farther than anticipated. Be prepared for intense light, heat, and a blast shockwave following the missile's impact. Everyone in the United States needs to be taking action at this time. We will continue to post official updates for as long as we can. Should we go off of the air, this is a strong warning that you should take cover immediately. Stay tuned to this station. It seems that our radio capabilities are starting to lose power. We will continue to provide updates as long as we can.
Emergency action termination. The nuclear missile expected to impact in the United States was successfully destroyed by authorities. Although the missile has been destroyed, the threat of fallout still very high. The skeletons and zombies are confirmed to be killed from fallout. The individual responsible for these attacks has been identified as Pedro Sanchez. Intelligence has indicated that he is present on U.S. soil. A nationwide manhunt is underway until further notice. This is not an all clear, so you are advised to stay in your shelter until an all clear is given by the proper authorities. Emergency action termination. The nuclear missile expected to impact in the United States was successfully destroyed by authorities. Although the missile has been destroyed, the threat of fallout still very high. The skeletons and zombies are confirmed to be killed from fallout. The individual responsible for these attacks has been identified as Pedro Sanchez. Intelligence has indicated that he is present on U.S. soil. A nationwide manhunt is underway until further notice. This is not an all clear, so you are advised to stay in your shelter until an all clear is given by the proper authorities.
We interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. I say again, this is not a test. Zombies and skeletons are continuing to cause chaos. They have now spread throughout the entire world and are beginning to overpopulate the population of humans. Most critically endangered animals have become extinct. These creatures continue to exhibit fatal, aggressive, and suicidal behavior, with the limbs of the infected completely coming off their bodies. Those attacked are suffering an agonizing pain at the hands of this event. Blood-curdling screams, shrieks, rioting, and mass hysteria have been reported throughout the entire world as this catastrophic situation unfolds. In addition, the nuclear missile that is headed for Seattle, U.S., was unable to be countered by authorities in time. There is nowhere to escape these disasters. The zombie outbreak cannot be stopped by mankind. There's no way to stop the infections from spreading even further, as there is no way to cure the infected. At this time, you are urged to follow these directions. Gather with loved ones, friends, pets, and objects and prepare for your demise. Should anyone have children, do not tell them this unfortunate news, as we must ensure their well-being in their final moments. Do anything that will comfort you. Most stations will cease transmission after this alert. We now conclude the final activation of the emergency alert system.